Anyway, welcome everyone to the February 21st, 2024 CalPADS Q A. My name is Paul Higgins, a data analyst working for CSIS supporting CalPADS. So with that, just moving on, the absolute basics of announcements is Fall 2 ends next Friday. And that would be with no amendment window, March 1st. And that's a total of 8 working days and a weekend in between. So FYI. I just say that to everybody these days because everybody seems to have more errors than seems healthy for this time in the submission. And we, of course, take our fair share of blame on that. We're working. So let's see what we got here. Angela, do you have anything for bugs, releases, concerns for Fall 2? Anything?
I lied yesterday, so I want to fess up, not on purpose. If you were at the Brandy office hours with the SPED call yesterday afternoon, I said that we had a fix going in today for the 16.21 report where it's picking up students who have exited from SPED. I thought that was going in today, and it's not going in. It didn't go in, so it's going in next Tuesday. So by Wednesday of next week, you should have better counts on those reports.
All righty. Nothing like skidding into home plate there at the end, right?
Yep. I was really looking forward to that fix. I just got too anxious, I guess.
I hear you. All right, let me come back over here to the chat box and we will just dive right in. Let's see. Marshall, are you taking care of our AI Diana there?
Always.
All right, just making sure. All right, first question, 301, Sarah Appel, Q1. Oh, I'm sorry, you were just introducing yourself. Hello, Sarah. Same with Teresa. Hello. Hello, Caroline. Heidi, 302, Q1. Are the 9500, 9501, and 9502 courses CTE courses? These courses are about work experience education, WEE, and are listed as CTE pathway 999 for multiple pathways. Is it possible for this to count on its own as a CTE pathway? I would say probably not, because the multiple pathways indicates that it's kind of just overlapping skill sets and things that are shared amongst them, but not necessarily driven on their own. And if it's not a defined pathway, then you wouldn't really have anything to identify on the SCTE record. Sean, can you counteract me on any of that?
Maybe. I understood the question.
Oh, they were asking about course codes
No.
9500,
No,
95.
it's not possible to count it as its own
Okay,
pathway.
perfect. Just making sure.
Sorry, I had to find the last part of the question.
Moving on to Melissa 302 Q1. We have a student that in Tom's, the CalPADS special education field has yes, but special education for testing has no. Which field or record in CalPADS needs to be updated in order to change the special education for testing field to a yes?
The meet file and the plan to type. And I'm not seeing Alex shaking her head. Sorry.
No, I was sorry. That was my reading through all the
I understand.
follow-ups on there.
I'm with you. I understand. So yes, if your CalPADS file though is saying yes, your ODS extract though, you all are getting a yes. It sounds like, is that where I read the question or I heard the question correctly? If you're getting a yes there, then that student sounds like they have a active IEP and they just transferred into you all or so. And so then you need to hold an 30-day or interim IEP to send that new meeting file up for you all, for your LEA. And then it'll register over in Tom's within 48 hours.
And then that'll change the testing, the SPED for testing to yes?
Yes.
Okay.
However, if there are specific accommodations, that needs to be completed in TOMS for the student, and especially if like it might need to be completed by hand by your testing coordinator. If your LEA has already sent up like that bulk file, because you don't want to distort the other students.
Fair point. All right, moving on. 302. Hi, Martha. Kelly says hello. Hi, Kelly. Right, Susan, I see your Q2. Did I actually
There was a
have?
Q1 that I was responding to. It was
Ah,
at 302 that I was asking Susan for more information. Um,
okay.
because
So
I
you're
feel like
addressing her Q2, her Q1 though.
yeah, but I feel
Okay.
like we're missing. She's telling me she tried it already. So if you want to read,
Well, I can't
you want
find
me
it.
to
That's
read
the
her Q?
problem.
Oh, I'll read it, Paul.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So where can I get more information about how a course is designed in a specific departmentalized course standards grade level range? And so this is where you would do so in that valid code combo. There's, yes, that one. And then also the master groups here as well too. And you can filter for the exact course code, Susan. And I hope that answers your question. And then you said, is there a course code specifically? Yes, the course codes are then found in the code set to outline what those like definitions of that code is. Thank you.
All right. Nicely done. 304, Teresa, Q1. Can you please go over how the new reporting requirements grad exempt status will be used? Also, if this is for local exemption as well as for students who are migrant, foster, homeless, incarcerated, or military. Thank you.
No, we had a flash on it, didn't we?
I thought we did.
Let's
You know, there's just so much water rushing under that bridge, though.
I email you all when I'm looking for a flash. So
Was it a year ago? Well, I know it was in one of the quarterlies for sure, or one of the regional meetings. So let's try there first.
what are we looking for again?
The grad exemption status.
No. All is working on it now, I think.
I can spell.
Was the question it could be used for specific kids or all kids?
The question was, can you please go over how the new reporting requirement will be used?
Oh, 126. That was the one I think Brandy went back and corrected. It shows here. Brandy's not here. We'll come back to that one. We might need to put in a ticket just so we can have a little bit of time to find it.
All right, Teresa, I'm gonna prepare you to please put in a ticket for that.
Here it is. Sorry.
Oh, there it is. Hey,
Yay,
never mind.
Alex.
So this was the new, it's a new field within the SCNR file for any student that you have identified as graduating. So E130, E230, 100 combo, right? We're now requiring that you give us whether or not the student graduated with an exemption or not. So it's an indicator, yes or no. And I do believe that it is part of the CFS. I have the most recent one. Should be the last. Yes, right here. And it's basically saying that the student graduated with the state's minimum requirements. So you're waiving your LEA's local requirements for graduation. And this isn't specific to just students with disabilities, it's any student that graduated with just the minimum state requirements.
And then anybody whose enrollment exit date is after 7/1/2023, according to that note.
All
All
So
right.
just this year. I could have sworn there was a flash. I'll try to find it.
260.
It is,
260.
Thank you. Thanks.
No
I was gonna
problem.
say it's at the beginning of the year. That when Alex showed this part, I was like, yay.
Here, yeah, here it is. I'll put it on the chat.
And I haven't gone and read SB 532, so I don't know the language, but I would just assume that this was put in place because we've implemented so many exemptions over the last decade or so that they just want to be able to keep track of that.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's the application of it. It was just to identify how used exemptions are when they're offered.
Mm-hmm. You're correct, Paul. That was
Okay.
part of AMAR's office as well. Yeah.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time. Let's see. All right. Q1 304 from Rebecca. Our reports refresh. I'm sorry. Our report refreshes stuck or just slow. We uploaded data at 8:45 this morning and still no refresh.
I thought Angela answered part of that. Wasn't that the problem? The cert 054, Angela? No, maybe not.
No, it sounds like she's waiting for a revision, right?
Yep. Do we know, Rebecca, do you know if you were able to idle all the users after that 8:45 upload? Because if they were still doing even one-off edits, okay, you're saying yes, good.
Looks like the last post, this is the COE, right? Fresno
Yes,
COE.
Fresno COE.
10:17, it's 3:17 now. I would imagine it's pretty close to getting done.
Okie dokie. So just be patient and hopefully within the next 43 minutes it'll get done and you can give us good news at the end. All right. Moving on
We like
to
good news, by the way.
we do. Any good news is good news. Let's see. What was it? Did anybody else grow up with Gary Gnu? Anyone? All right, maybe it was just me. Kelly Winchester 305 Q1 or not Q1. Oh, good to know about the 1621 fix. I thought I misunderstood. Okay. Susan 302 Q1. Where can I get more information about how courses are designated in specific departmentalized course standards grade level range? And Sean, that's the one you had addressed, and the discussion is below that. So there we go. 307 Fabiola Q1. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Our state preschool director mentioned today that starting on the 24-25 school year, state preschool attendance will be reported through CalPADS. Have not heard this before. Do you have any information regarding this? Thank you. I mean, we already accept grade level PS, so I guess that we would just have to scope it out and figure what reports would need. And but I don't know much about this. I've not heard it.
I think, Sean, we're looking to you. What is CDE? I thought there was some talk of it, but no decisions were made yet.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
That in the 24-25 school year, state preschool attendance will be reported through CALPADS.
That's not, I don't know if I can answer that question, Martha. I don't know if I can publicly answer that question.
There's no decision made that, right?
Yeah,
that we can share.
there's talks about it. But yes, you are correct. No formal decision has been made for us to release. And if so, we would make sure we do so in the flash to communicate with everyone. And then also, it's most likely information that we would include in one of the regionals as well too.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Wendy, 307 Q1. Are course subcategories in middle school mandatory? Our HR person does not like them and feels they will cause issues with CalSAS.
One more time, is course information?
No, the course subcategories in middle school for middle schools for a middle school mandatory.
If it's tied to specific courses, yes. If not, it should be grayed out like in your SIS from putting in. So I think I need more information to know specific, like, is there a specific listing or is there a specific example of a course?
Yeah, that would be helpful. And if you can't come up with one just on the fly, please open a service desk ticket and we'll look into it and see what we're dealing with. Moving on at 308, Catherine, Q1, I am showing two fatal errors that are the same teacher, Cert 48 and a Cert 84. This teacher is the preschool teacher, and I removed her information from CalPADS for this current school year, yet I'm still receiving the errors. CalPADS is not letting me put in a record effective end. Well, there you go. Don't touch the record effective end date. Only populate the employment end date. Never touch that effective end date. It just screws things up. It's going to start copying records forward that doesn't have the end date, and then it becomes a patchwork quilt of dates, and it's a mess. Don't do that.
The date at the bottom, not the date at the top.
Yes, at the modal, you'll just scroll. You'll hit the bottom, and it'll show employment end date way at the bottom.
And populating the employment.
No, Alex, go back. That image right there. So the employment end date. Yes, that is the date that you want to populate.
That will clear the Cert 84. To clear the Cert 48, you have to remove the SAS record. You're indicating that the staff member is a teacher. So you have to do that as well.
All right. Rebecca, 306 Q1. Where is the SPED office hours links and scheduled hours unscheduled found?
Our wonderful Milo answered the question. Thank you, Milo. She is out of our SPED CDE office. Love it.
You're welcome.
And then Catherine, I see your Q2. Heidi, we saw those. All right, Sean at 311 Q1, problem 6786, Cert 54 shows that a fix was implemented yesterday, but the latest revision I have, 2:20 at 11 p.m., still shows the incorrect triggering fatal error. When should we expect to have those errors drop off?
Does that person have the LEA listed, Paul?
They do not.
COE.
Yeah, Sean's at he's at a COE up north.
Oh,
Got to narrow it down a little bit more for me.
Is
well,
that
it's an H, so maybe
Humboldt?
Humboldt
Yeah.
up north, and an H, Humboldt.
Oh, Maple
And
Creek
Maple
Elementary.
Creek. There you go. Okay.
I haven't heard anybody complaining about it, but I'm just going to double check to see if it's a valid error or if the bug is still outstanding.
I'm sorry, Angela, did you say the Cert 54 is still active?
No, I was just checking to see if
Oh.
their bug was valid or their error was valid. Sometimes when they fix things, they don't actually get fixed. And so I just wanted to verify. Almost there. Give me 1 second.
Oh, and looking one down, it looks like other people remembered Gary Gnu as well as the Great Space Coaster. So thank you for not leaving me hanging on that. I appreciate it.
Who is Gary Gnu? Wow, Angela's still looking because I have no clue.
Morning cartoons, and Gary Gnu had all the news with Gary Gnu.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Was that local though, Paul? Was that Southern California thing?
It was nationwide.
Can we ask Maple Creek to put in a ticket and ask for me?
Maple Creek, Kelly, or Sean, please put in a service desk ticket and ask for Angela. All right. Wendy, looks like you're going to be emailing support. All right. All right, 326, Angelina. I have an SCSE0139F2. I just put in a service ticket, but in the meantime, I ran the SCSE ODS extract to see if the data was there. There is nothing on the extract. Should it I have returned blank? Well, let me ask you a question. Have you uploaded an SCSE file recently that was not a complete SCSE, detailing all SCSE data for a specific school or your entire LEA? Because if you did, then you may have eliminated all of your SCSE data, as the SCSE is a full replacement, or is a file that uses replacement processing. So you could have eliminated a good portion of your data with that. So to troubleshoot that, we'll probably need that ticket, which you say is already there. So we'll take a look. But in the meantime, if you know that you have recently uploaded, actually, if you uploaded CRSE data recently, not SCSE data. So if you recently uploaded just a limited course offering file, that CRSE that only had 1 or 2 files here or there, that's going to limit what those SCSE files can link onto. That's going to be your problem. So we'll look into that and get back to you. All right. Thanks. All right, Angelina, you've uploaded multiple times. Oh no, thank you. All right. All right, I'm gonna go back up to the top because I think I just hit all the Q1s, so now I'm gonna hit some Q2s and above going down, and I'm just gonna look for anything that I haven't read yet. Susan, 307Q3. I have a new CTE coordinator asking the following question. If we have a UC approved class that is taught by a teacher with both a single subject and a CTE, can we simply assign the most appropriate CalPAD CTE code to it?
Can you say it one more time, Paul?
Let's see. If we have a UC approved class that is taught by a teacher with both a single subject and a CTE, I'm assuming credential,
Yeah.
can we simply assign the most appropriate CalPAD CTE code to it?
Yes, you may. I would definitely consult your curriculum and instruction director, though, to ensure for CTE, what's the ruling of no more than 50% ruling? Alex is shaking her head. I'm like, yeah, thank you. So yes, to make sure that that does not apply. So just review the parameters for CTE, and then also loop in your credential analyst or HR director to ensure.
All right.
Typically, LEAs have like some type of like course, what do you call it? I created one. Like kind of when they're creating a new course, it's like a flow map chart that approval that it gets sent through. It might be course approval before adding it into the SIS. Yeah, go for that.
All right, perfect. And then Susan at 325 had a Q4, and she was asking about the SCSE 0641F2 error PM 6775. When will that be cleared, or when will that be taken care of?
Is that the retired SSID one?
Yes, it is.
That should be clearing up tonight. So let us know tomorrow if that error still persists. They did some cleanup work that was actually caused by bids that weren't combined correctly. So that should fall off by by morning time.
Good to know. Excellent. Let's see. I'm just going down the list and I'm not seeing anything new. So if you have a question in there that I didn't answer, put something at the bottom telling me that. Because I think that I just hit everything, which of course puts us into a time deficit here of 28 minutes that we're going to have to rely on Sean to entertain us.
Sean's arts and crafts skills. I glued my nail back on today. Like, oh, my arts and crafts skill. And I took some cold medicine. That's about it.
Oh, well, that sounds entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Catherine at 332, she reposted her Q2. Thank you. Is there a special program for students that enrolled with political asylum? Not that I'm aware of. Nothing in CalPADS at any rate. There may be a special grant at the LEA level or something, but nothing that I'm aware of.
That sounds like a student that's just entered into the country, though. So you do need to make sure you're populating their U.S. Initial start date. And then also, yes, that one. And there's no other date. I'm confusing the other one with migrant, but that's it.
And whatever it is, the first kindergarten enrollment. Right. All right. Okay. Well, we are still at the bottom of the list. Active issues are up on the screen, just hanging out. And Rebecca mentioned the Title III indicator of wire in for less than 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. I knew there was one more.
Okay, Yolanda 334 Q1. I apologize if this was already been asked. I joined a little late. When was the fix made for the 16.21 monitoring report? I ran it this morning and it's still included inactive students with disabilities.
Yeah, you missed me confessing. So I gave you guys some bad information at the STED meeting yesterday. So it's next Tuesday that it's going to be fixed, not yesterday. And because it's an ODS report, it's actually going to take nightly processing. So you guys won't see the fix until Wednesday morning.
All right. Elsa from Eastside at 334 is reporting that she has not had a new revision since 5:08 yesterday. I didn't touch CalPADS until noon today. Still didn't have a revision. Did the 5:08 revision yesterday include all of the data that was uploaded yesterday? Because if it did, then it would have no reason to refresh overnight. That's my only concern, but we can take a look at that, definitely.
She said no.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, so if you didn't put any data up, Elsa, if we're understanding you correctly, you didn't put any data up since 5:08 yesterday. So if you didn't put any data up or previously before that to correct the files, you put lots of data up. Sorry. Okay. No worries. We're seeing it come in. So if you put lots of data up, what report was she asking for? Sorry.
Oh, she just wants a refresh on the Fall 2 submission.
Oh. And you put lots of data up, but was there a change in your data that you submitted? If there is a change, and yes, so yes, you do need you should have a revision then. And I think Paul said put in a ticket so we can look at it, or no?
Yeah, it's just so we have something to track it against.
Yes, so also if you can please put in a ticket, we greatly appreciate it.
Yes, please. Eldrick at 336 Q1. When will known issue 6786 be fixed? We have 3 errors related to this defect. 6786 is the CERT 54 incorrectly triggering on seeds with active STEM records.
So that's interesting because Maple Creek's looks like it should not have triggered as well. So maybe that fix didn't work as well as we were hoping. So Sean's going to put in a ticket for Maple Creek and I will escalate that up.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's Sean Schaefer, right?
No, it's you. It's you. Don't worry. You were going to do it. You said so.
I was like, no, clearly no.
All right. Well, we are coming. Oh, wait a minute. Don't worry, Sean. This is confusing for me too.
Thank you.
You know, it's easy when you're reading the names. All y'all look different.
I so appreciate the Alex bot and everything that Alex does now. I'm like, in order to change, I have no idea if the other Alex is a male, female, but I'm like, yes, thank you for always adjusting now. Sean, you might have to jump on the train.
Michelle 337 Q1. When will known issue 6777 and 6778 be fixed? So that's snapshot report 2.5 incorrectly showing higher teacher count and SCSE data discrepancy. Is that the other one? And 78 was the other one.
Yeah, 78.
Oh,
both are fixed, supposedly.
Yeah, both are fixed. So the comment on 6778, You do have to go look at your revised and certified. It did not fix if you were already approved and certified, it did not fix that version.
Good. All right, 4.3. Thank you. All right, so so she is now caught up. We're caught up there. Rebecca says, thank you for that fix. We were able to pull 4.3 for review. Job. Well, I hate to sit here in this uncomfortable silence, but you know, I can give you 20 minutes of your life back, or we can all just sit here staring at each other. Oh, show us a clip from Gary Gnu. Yes, 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 yes. Marshall.
I feel like there's another meeting though, ending though too, because so many people keep coming in. I was like, did we miss a meeting?
I don't think so.
Not that I know. I'm gonna put the chat into the chat, a copy of the saved chat, so we'll have that there too.
Appreciate that, Marshall.
And so I'm just going to reiterate to people, if you haven't cleared up your fall 2 errors, please do so and go ahead and submit on time. We're saying a high number of LEAs that haven't. We know that you are up against CRDC. I've been there. I get it. I truly get it. But if you can not dish out, what's the word I'm looking for? If you can aggregate some of the work out to different teammates to help get the submission in sooner, that would be great.
All right. As always, appreciate everything you do. If you need anything between now and the next Q&A, please give us a call, or please drop us a service desk ticket, and we will get right back to you. And oh, I think we got a couple more coming in here. Hold on.
Yeah. And then Rebecca posted a really great link from Fresno COE.
Oh, good. So let me go back up. I think I missed a few here. All right. So can you speak to the errors for the SENR 0454 for DDs for end of year 3? Student must have a previous grade 12 SENR record. Students with adult aged with student abilities and transition status indicated must have enrollment in grade 12 in the previous academic year without the adult age student and disabilities transition indicator. Okay.
You have to have 1 year as a 12th grader without that flag. And then the second year is when you get to mark the flag.
All right. Can a student be exited from SPED via an amendment transaction?
Aren't they separated out now, Alex, the transactions? And why we have 4 files? Because you can report status, you can report, change in a plan, at a meeting.
Yeah, I hesitated to answer just because I think that there are separate exits available for a student, right? And there are certain exits that are only available during an reevaluation
gotcha.
versus an amendment. And so I would rather defer to the SPED office on this one.
Is Joe with us today?
Joe was with us, and I noticed that he went off. And Milo, if you want to answer, go right on ahead.
I think it's best to submit a ticket with the SSID so that we can look into the student record in CalPads.
And then, I'm not sure. I've never done an exit IEP this way.
Yeah, I've never seen an exit IEP, exit amendment. It's a regular IEP.
And those of you that don't know that voice, that was Andrew. Andrew has been with our SPED office for CDE since my SELPA days.
Yes,
That was like 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
Donate.
So
Donate.
that's a valid answer. I'm going to trust.
All right, thank you for that, Andrew. Looks like the link from Rebecca was a K through 12 support programs or just a state and federal accountability table of contents. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to be scrolling through that later.
Rebecca was at our meeting on Friday. I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
And so, yes.
I think I'll just be bookmarking that for a while. Yeah.
I think she collaborated everything together from there. Yay.
And
Yeah,
then
she's
Marshall, and then Marshall posted the meeting chat. Stephanie, 343. I believe it has to be a reevaluation to exit a student from SPED. If they're graduate, I think they can use an amendment. All right. And with that, I think we're now at the end of our questions. So there.
That sounds good, Paul.
All right. Again, thank you all for being here. I learned as much as you do, probably. So keep those questions coming, and we'll be on the service desk looking to help you and hopefully get everybody certified by next Friday. Have a great week.